Good day, everybody. We're here at the Victorville Airport, the Southern California Logistics Airport in Southern California. We're picking up the third of our 737-700s for Cetan and delivering it. This one is going all the way out to Miami, our East Coast base. As you can hear, it is an extremely windy day out here. It's like 27 gusting 34 at the minute. We're going to be going up using runway 17. That's the 15,000 foot runway, and we'll be heading out from there. It's going to be a long flight, but the weather here is looking, other than the wind, it's looking pretty good, and we'll see what it's like in Miami when we get there. So let's hop on board, get this last aircraft we're delivering fired up and ready to go. Alright, so we'll get into the pilot seat. Haven't done anything except open the door and plug in the ground power. So parking brake is on and confirmed. We can go up top. Battery is now on and guarded. Standby power is auto and guarded. Emergency exits are armed and guarded. Ground power is now on. Lights we'll put onto steady. We'll lean up over our heads, get the IRSs aligning. Passenger signs will turn on. No one in the back for this flight. Well, except for a couple of company officials flying back, as this is the last airplane coming out of here. Let's put on the electric hydraulic pumps. We'll turn on the yaw damper. Window heat coming on both sides. Lift aft fuel pump coming on. There we go. We'll turn on the APU. And starting it. There we go. So this is the last aircraft being delivered, and it should be coming online probably by, what do we think? Mid-November? They should start flying the routes. We'll have to see what scheduling does there. We're going to come down here now quickly to the FMC. We'll go into FS actions, into our fuel, and load our fuel for the flight. We are taking with us today 24,842 pounds of fuel. Let me just confirm that that is correct. Just want to make sure that we're in the right format as we do bounce back and forth. Yeah, that's the
Alpha 44, 35,
metric and imperial. So we just find that again. Grab that number. And 24,842. And enter that in. We'll come over to our payload. We have really 0 passenger, 0 cargo for the calculation. So that is all done now. And we can return back over to the FMC. So the APU is up and running. So the APU generators will come online. The APU bleed will come online. Packs left and right will come online. And the isolation valve is open. So it's a rather long flight. We're not going to type it all in today. So what we're going to be doing is downloading from our ops center the route. So we'll come down and get that now. And we can start entering in our information. So aircraft position, we'll come over to the GPSs. We'll go on the left one today. There we go. And over to our route. We will request our flight plan. And we want KVCV to KMIA. That is correct. We'll select it and request the flight plan. And while we're waiting on that, let's get these lights up just so it's a little bit easier to read the panels. I do like it when they're about halfway during the daytime. This makes things a little bit easier to read. There we go. Ready to go. We'll load the plan.
Afternoon, North 1138, 13,000,
And there we go. You can see our route.
7.
Looking good. We will put in our flight number, C4 Kilo Victor 9901 for today's flight.
I'm sorry about that. Normal Rio, North 1138.
And we'll activate and execute. Then our route is in. So our departure, we're going to be departing off of runway 17 with no SIDS. It's just going to be a direct out to the first waypoint of Heck. And then we're going to fly all the way out to GOX, which is the entry point into the arrival into Miami. So we are going to be landing on runway, well, at the moment, given the winds, we're going to be landing on the ILS runway 08 right. And we're going to be using the Frogs 3 arrival. And we're going to be transitioning at GOX and onto the ILS. We should be just going direct in on Chrome. We'll see what it does.
3936, 12,400 to 17
There's Frogs coming all the way down.
Normal speed, climate interval 30, so 3936.
Copper works as well. Chrome is a hold point. So actually put that one in. KROME. Yeah. The legs, Chrome, then Copra, then lawn runway. Okay, that's all entered in. And good to go there. So that is our routing information all in place and good. We'll come over to our initialization now. And while it's a beautiful sunny day here, like I said, the winds are howling. Alright, let's get our toolbox open. And we can start doing our calculations here. Alright, so we are flying the 737-700. Alright, our initial gross weight, or takeoff gross weight, is going to be 109,000 pounds. Our planned fuel for today is 24.8. Our reserves are 1.7. We fly with a cost index of 25. Our flight level today is 390. We'll be using a cruise wind average of 249 at 58 knots. 18,000 feet is our transition. Not worried about that. We're good there. Okay. Come over to our takeoff calculations and get those entered in. KVCV, runway 17. Get the METAR. runway conditions are dry. And our planned takeoff weight, we're going to have to convert this over. So it's a weight, we're going from 109,000 pounds to kilograms. It's 49,540. That's all good. We'll calculate. And here we go. Our cell temperature is going to be 39 degrees. It wants us doing a 22K TO1 D-rated takeoff. And for our takeoff information, it's going to be a flaps 1. We'll grab that wind. It's going to be kind of crucial. It's a 160 at 29. We'll come back over here. Our center of gravity, 23.3 feet remaining on takeoff. Should be 3,900 feet. And we're looking at a V1 of 113, a VR of 119, and a V2 of 125. Alright, so that is all entered in. We can now do our emergency and warning systems. Mach speed warning. Stick shaker for our stall warning. Come back down. We'll do our in-op. Let's get the switches. Our in-op test. Alright, caution is on. Fire test. Wheel wells, engine 1 to APU, everything is good there. And now our systems.
Glide slow. Pull up. Wind shear. Wind shear. Wind shear. Terrain. Terrain. Pull up. Airspeed low. Airspeed low.
Alright, so I think we're pretty well good to go. Everything is done. Take off that is set. Oh, let's go up top. We can get our altitudes in. We'll just start getting the aircraft pretty well set. I think we said 390. 390 is landing altitude at Miami. We'll just put it in here. Airport altitude at Miami is 9 feet, so we'll leave that at 0. That is more than adequate. MCP runway heading is 166. We'll make sure that is set. We're going right up to 39,000 feet. And we want V2 plus 20, so that'll be 145. There we go. So MCP is set, departure is checks, be straight out, and then a left-hand turn out to the first waypoint. Flight director is coming on. Radios are set. And we can have them release the ground power. Pull the door. And they can pull the chocks as well. There goes the stairs. So Roger can go over to the route page for the
Center
lights.
C91 is 310 descending 240 under pilot.
And I will go data, terrain, traffic.
East Comics 2, accept, maintain 15, 15,000, copy, altimeter, south 14.
10 miles. or 20 miles all around, so it's a 40 mile, 20 front and back, and he gets traffic on as well. So we're going to be starting on the stand, so let's go back up top. We have fuel in the center fuel tanks, so all fuel pumps are now coming online. Packs coming off. Ignition mode selector is set to both. Give the hand signal. We're starting up engine number 2. And engine start to ground start. APU bleed air is driving the start. And when it hits 2.0, we will introduce fuel. It's 2.0, fuel up. And we'll be able to hear that deep roar of the engine as she spools up. Very nice. Here's 18. We have starter cutoff, so ground start on engine number 1. See engine 1 starting to turn. Let's see if she hits 2.0 on the N1. We'll add fuel. And there goes engine number 1. Alright, should get the engine cut out. There she is. Good start on engine number 1. So generators, engine 1, engine 2 generators are now on. Engine 1 and 2 start switches will go to continuous for takeoff. Probe heat left side, right side are now on. Engine NTI is not required. Engine 1, engine 2 bleeds on. Packs left and right are back to auto. Recirc fan will go to auto. Isolation valve will go to auto. APU bleeds coming off. APU shut down. And it's a flaps 1 takeoff, so flaps 1 selected. Oop. There we go, flaps 1 selected. Elevator trim, we want 4.96, so just shy of 5. There we go. Elevator trim is set. Flight controls. Pop into the systems page. It's full left, full right, neutral, full forward, full back, neutral, left rudder, right rudder.
LA,
neutral.
good.
Engine controls.
Southwest
Take a
657.
quick look. Everything is looking
13.3
good.
for 17,000.
We'll put them here on the main page.
Tape out 230, normal speed, Southwest
Then come
657.
up here. We're going to arm VNAV, level change, and heading select. We have no SID, so we can't do LNAV, but once we're up and climbing out and on autopilot, we can then hit LNAV and it'll take us to our first waypoint. Auto throttle is coming on. Warning recall. Everything is clear. Taxi light coming on, and auto brake is set to RTO. Give them the hand signal. We're heading out. Brakes released, and we're going to start our taxi out to runway 17. Need a bit of power here to get this thing rolling. So we're going to come out here, and we're going to cross right there ahead of us on Echo. And then we're going to follow that up to Echo 1, where we're going to depart from. It's not the entire length, but at, you know, over 15,000 feet, we don't need the entire length. Just going to have to bear in mind those winds are pretty strong. We might get buffeted around a bit on takeoff.
Southwest 657C, good day.
Alright, we're now on Charlie. This is Echo. See that windsock way off in the distance? It's just pointing dead horizontal without a flutter. Alright, we're going to cross 03. That's the one we've used the last couple of times we've been here. And we'll head up here on Echo. Again, this is a big aircraft storage facility. You can see all the airplanes in the area. You can see the wind just pushing the dust there. It's nice to be heading out. A lot of, what do we see, Southwest, a lot of FedEx. Of course, once the aircraft's in the air, it won't care too much about the winds. For when we're in contact with the ground, and there's that windsock.
South 4311 with you out of 10.2, climbing 17,000.
I am using the updated version of FSLTL. We'll see how she behaves when we come into Miami.
Normal speed and climbing 230, yes, South 4311.
Hopefully it'll add a little bit of traffic in the area, give us a little bit of life to the airport. So we're heading down here to the end. And we'll get ourselves ready to go. This is a beautiful looking aircraft. It's a tribute to the North American
and
Indigenous
departure for
persons.
just South 4311, requesting 350 at final, please.
And we'll be flying this airplane. It's based out of the U.S.
We'll
as
maintain
opposed to
230,
Aurora, which is
thank you
quite
very
more
much, South 4311.
Canadian based. There's 3 bases this aircraft will be flying out of. We're now delivering to the 3rd of them. On the west coast we have San Francisco. On the east coast we will have Miami, and central will be Denver. So we'll see this aircraft flying into Canada, throughout the US, Central and South America, and should be pretty good. Cetan also flies the Airbus A330s, so when we get a nice one of those, that'll open up some A330 flights for us to go a little bit further. Okay, it looks like they've put the
Good afternoon, Spirit 1471.
taxiway in there. On the charts I have, it shows that that taxiway is closed.
Normal speed up to 230, Spirit Wing.
So we're not going to use it. We'll go by what the chart says. Alright, we're going a little bit fast, but we're the only aircraft on the airfield that's in motion right now. Plus we're getting that nice push from the wind. So this is Echo 1. I'm going to be taking off from this point. I think we'll find it's going to be a very short run anyway. Alright, Let's get her around the corner. We'll stop at the hold short line. There we go. Okay, let's quickly get the brakes on. Oh, brakes are set. So fuel flow is checked and looking good. V speeds are in and set. MCP is set. Nav data is good, and the radios are set. Not that we're going to be using them. All right, position lights go to steady. Taxi lights off. Runway turnoff lights on. Landing lights on.
Hello, L25, 54, 10, 6, we're climbing to 17,000.
Strobes are on with the steady position lights. Traffic is set. We are going to move out into position.
Normal speed over 20.
Get ourselves ready to go. We'll leave the transponder on 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's fine for this flight. We're not on VATSIM, so we can leave it at that. There's the runway, nice and long. You can see the mountains in the area here in Southern California. Kind of see why they picked this place. Nice big wide open area. Alright, runway is identified. 17. Clock is running. Engine's coming up now to 40%. Set and stable, brakes released. Aircraft is rolling. Toga power. Airspeed's live. Check.
V1. Rotate.
The back pressure, not too much. We'll take it off nice and gently.
1995, good day, 71.
There we go, gear coming up. Command A, autopilot. Is on. We're on runway heading here.
Center Center, United 27, and the climb pass at 9,000 for 17,000.
Roll that out over the field. LNAV on. We'll begin our turn on course.
And normal speed to flight 0, United 2237.
So positive rate. Gear is up. Autopilot is on. Auto brake off. Gear selection lever.
So long.
Come on. Ah. I'll fix that. Is set. Engine start switches are off. Runway turn off lights are off. And we're through flap retraction speeds. Flaps coming up. We'll see our speed restriction bar disappear once they're up. There we go. Accelerating to 250 knots now. The nose coming down slightly. And we have our route. We have some traffic passing by around us. Probably heading into Los Angeles. So our route today is going to take us through California, New Mexico, Arizona, New Mexico, northern Texas, and we're going to swing down southeast through Louisiana, down across the Gulf, and then come in just south of Tampa into Florida, and in for our arrival into Miami. And there's 10,000 feet. Landing lights coming off. Cabin is pressurizing. Seatbelt signs can come off. We are cleared through transition, so we'll set standard pressure. And we're climbing out on our departure. So I'll leave you with a few views as we fly along, and we'll pick up with you for the flight, for the briefing, for the landing. Before we go, let me just show you actually where we are going. I'll bring up the Navigraph chart. So you can see where we are right now in California. We're going to fly by Flagstaff, Albuquerque, Lubbock, Texas, Wichita Falls, Kansas, down north of Dallas, Texas, head down, crossing over New Orleans, out over to the Gulf, and then we'll come ashore and down to Miami. That's the flight, and we will catch up either when we're descending down towards the 10,000 foot mark at the other end, and we'll get ready for our landing into Miami. See you then. Alright, welcome back to the cockpit. We're coming up to 21,000 feet on our descent into Miami. We have set the ILS frequency of 110.3, and on nav 2 we've got 113.9. That is for the missed approach.
Approach American
do a
1391.
180 degree turn for the missed approach to
200 for
270,
5,000, we have Echo.
American 1391, when we approach, expect ILS runway 9er.
For the ILS,
Thank
it's a course of 9-2, and that is all set. We've also got our heading mode set at 9-2 as well. We're currently descending. We have a speed limit, or a set speed of 280 knots at this point, until we reach Jamis, and then we're going to start slowing down to 250 knots. And we're coming on the Frogs 3 arrival. We're down over Central Florida now, and traffic off in the distance. There is some aircraft around us, but we should be good coming in. There's one back over there. We do have the key with the new updated version of FSLTL.
American 172, heavy descend and maintain 11000.
In front of us, we can hit that button, and it'll remove any traffic that's within 5 miles and interfering with us, such as they're landing at the same time we are. So looking at the current weather in Miami, winds are currently 08088 knots, so we're landing on runway 08. Few clouds at 1800 feet, 28 degrees, it's a warm wind, and 3008 is the
American 1147, my approach, expect ILS runway 9er.
barometer. Just going overhead, and there it is there.
Too much stuff on there.
No other issues weather-wise that we are expecting. So it should be pretty straightforward. We're going to come down here and make a bit of a left turn, and we should be more or less straight in for the ILS capture. We do have some height restrictions coming up. For example, we got to maintain, we'll be maintaining around 11,000 feet until Eric. And then we'll be heading down again, but we do got to get our speed back to that 250 after jam us.
American 1147, you can proceed direct to grid, cross grid at or above 3,000, cleared ILS runway 9 approach.
Direct to grid, at or above 3,000.
2 miles away, we'll let the aircraft take over the speed again. It's going to start slowing us down. And we're down over the Everglades, or just north of the Everglades. We came ashore just north of Naples, Florida. There's the coast over there.
American 2162, count to take the tower, 123.9 hours a minute.
23.9, American
There's our
21.
hold point on the missed approach in case we need it. So destination weather, we've looked at arrival data.
American 172, heavy descent and maintain
30 degree
8,000.
flaps, landing with a VMAF of 112. Landing altitude of 0 was set. Radios are checked. Localizer frequencies and course are set. Anti-ice not required.
American
Warning
1679,
recall,
descend and maintain
everything is good.
3,000.
MCP is set.
3,000, American 16.
Altimeter is 3008 are set on both sides, and I'll set it in the standby. It's now set. Minimums are set 450 feet. Approach is briefed. As you can see, we're going to be coming down here, a bit of a left turn and straight in for the capture. Missed approach is climb out 800 feet. We're going to do a left turn 270 degrees, heading until we intercept the 335 radial off of the VOR, which is sitting here at 113.9. Auto brake is set to 2. We're through transition, so the altimeters are in local pressure, and the Meteor was updated recently, so we're not expecting another one before we land. Cabin pressurization is
Miami,
fine.
good evening, KLM 67, passing 18,000 for 16,000.
KLM 627, heavy Miami approach, advise 8 is kilo at Miami, and expect ILS
You
runway
can see
12.
the other side of Florida over there already. The airport should be up around there.
KLM 627, heavy descend via the bonefish.
Empire Bonefish, KLM.
The speed's slowly coming back to 250 knots. Coming up for Aspen, we got to be below 10,000 feet. We'll be pretty close to that. So we are looking good. PBJ, we have to be above 8,000 feet. We're going to keep going down straight till we get down to
KLM 627 heavy, if I didn't tell you,
Baker.
descend via the
So we'll see
bonefish.
here, then we make a left turn,
Empire Bonefish,
2
KLM
legs,
67.
and then we're going to head directly in. You can see the ILS kind of in there. So there's 10,000 feet, landing lights coming on, turn off lights coming on. Seatbelt signs are on, cabin pressurization is fine. So we start
Sure,
doing
51771,
our
descend and
approach
maintain
checks.
3,000.
Nav frequencies are set. Speeds are within limits. Speed brake is armed. I'm not picking up the localizer yet. Come back to 20 miles on the ND. We're heading down to 3,000 feet, which is the capture altitude. Not worried about any elevation or altitude issues. We're in Florida. I don't think there's like a 10-foot
American 1679, speed 2, turn
across
left.
most of the peninsula,
Turn left,
so
American 16.
it's not going to be an issue here. MSA is 2,900 feet anyway, so
American 1679, heading
it's
220.
100 feet below our minimum descent on the profile. Currently clear of aircraft within 20 miles. We got one guy out here about 24 miles out. Keep an eye on him. $7,600 feet. See some clouds to the north, but she's looking pretty clear where we're coming in. And off down towards the tip. Everything is looking good.
American 1679, heading 150, maintain 2,000. Still established on the local, either clear at ILS runway 1 to approach.
Left turn heading 150, descend 2,000 main.
Only at 240 knots. We have to be at 4,000 feet at leg.
American 172 Heavy, descend and maintain 3,000.
On down to 3,000 now, American 172 Heavy.
It's 2,800 feet to go.
American 1147, come take the tower, 123.9.
9 miles.
Over to tower, American 1147, let's see.
American 1391, descend to 3,000.
3,000 feet, American 1391.
Frontier Flight 1771.
Alright,
Reduce
so
speed to
when we
190.
hit Acre, we're going to slow to 220. I'll go into manual speed mode again at that point.
Frontier 1771 heading
There's
220.
Miami Executive Airport directly in front of us, and Miami International is behind the pillar here, somewhere up over there. Alright, there's us through Acres, so we're going to bring the speed back to 220 now.
American 172 Heavy, reduce
Aircraft
speed
in
to
front
200
of
knots.
us heading in.
Back to 210 or less, American 172 Heavy.
Now we are going in on 28 right. There are multiple runways here.
American 17, Frontier 1771 heading 150. Maintain 2,000 till established on the low cloud, declared
We're
island.
going in on 08 right, which is the center runway of the group. So we're going to come to legs. We're
Frontier
gonna make a little
1771
jog over to
170 knots
Chrome
forward,
and
grade
then
until a 5 mile
direct
final. You are clear deeper.
We do have traffic around us. Here's the airport directly ahead. Just making that little jog. We do have the localizer. So we're going to go VOR lock and glide slope. So we're going to arm approach mode. 3,000 feet.
American 172 Heavy heading
Speed back to
220.
180.
220 on the heading, American 172 Heavy.
And speed 220 flaps 1. 09's on the right. We're heading into 08 right, and 08 left is on our left. Flaps 2.
Frontier 1771 tower 23 9. Good day. American 1391 turn
And
right heading
flaps.
360.
Right, 360,
5.
American 1391.
Speed coming back. It's flaps 5, flaps 10. Looks like we got traffic landing on
Wind 100
crossing
at 7.
overhead. Looks like there may be somebody going in on 9. We're on the glide slope. Currently 11 miles out. We'll keep the speed up. Yeah, it looks like he's going to cut in front of us. So we will see if we can get rid of him. That does it within 5 miles. I don't know where he's going. We're going to be heading for 09. Not going to worry about him too much. It's 10 miles out. There's downtown Miami and the outer islands.
2,500.
There's that guy over there. Looks like he's circling. But I'm not seeing anyone in front of us. We're at 2,500 feet, so I'm going to bring us down to ref plus 5, so that'll be 117. There we go. Let the speed
Delta
slowly
811,
bleed. Flaps 15. Gear down.
Delta 8-11, Manitowoc Group, Eastern traffic on final is landing due north parallel on FT Jamba, runway 8 right, clear to takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 8 right, RNAV Jamba, Delta 811.
Again, we're pretty light, so we're going to have a pretty low approach speed. CRMS approaching Blues programmed for a right turn. Not anticipating having to use it. And there's flaps 30. The landing flaps are set. Gear down 3 green. Lights are on. Cabin is notified. No cautions. And no traffic in sight.
American 2699 power on FT, sorry, runway 8 right, line forward.
8 right, line forward, American 2699.
Tango 2138, you can stay with me via Kilo Quadrant, have a good night.
Hey, Kilo, you don't have good night. Have a 7130.
It's 1,000 feet coming up.
1,000.
Exit around Mike 9, and then we're going to, or Mike 7, and then we're going to be going into Terminal Delta, parking it up. Alright, everything is looking clear around us. Wind's almost straight on the nose. A little bit strong.
American 2699 on FT, South runway 8 right, clear to takeoff.
RNAV Seatbelt 8 right, clear for takeoff, American
See
2699.
us moving around there, 500 feet.
American 1171 on the tower, runway 8 right, line up and wait.
8 right, line up and wait, American 1171.
Full.
Delta 811, contact first, have a
Landing.
good night.
Over to Disbarge,
Power
Delta
lines
811.
don't want to be too low, but don't want to be afraid of them. Oh, nice shadow there, off to the left.
300. 100. 200.
A little bit of a bump in the ground there by the looks of it. Oh, that shadow looks cool.
$50, 30, 20, 10.
All right, welcome to Miami. $80 knots. Reversers are off.
American 1171 on FT, South runway 8 right, clear to takeoff.
RNAV Seatbelt 8 right, clear
Auto
for
brakes
takeoff, American
disengaged. Looks like
1171.
we'll be getting off
American
here
2699, contact departure, have a good
at
night.
7.
Departure, good night, American 2699.
We'll head over to the terminal. And get this plane delivered. Alright, there's flaps up, speed brakes disarmed.
Ground clear, 2212,
Turn
520.
lights off, taxi lights on. Auto
So
brakes
52212, behind the ground, welcome, taxi to ramp.
off.
Extra.
Nice setting sun. We'll park over there by that American Airlines.
8042 heavy tank
We're going to 42 heavy by me, ground runway 90, taxi via Sierra.
Taxi via Sierra for Caribbean 8042.
There's 42, verify runway 90.
Runway 9 via Sierra for Caribbean 8042.
Saying Caribbean 8042, bottom of the tower, 118.3. Correction, 123.9er.
239, Caribbean 8042.
Delta 28 by the looks of it. Kill our taxi light.
Scandinavia 958 Heavy, Miami ground, good evening, runway 8 right, taxi via Papa.
FSLTL providing traffic here on the ground and in the air. And here we are. Welcome to Miami. So let's get the parking brake on. We'll come down here, tell the ground crew to connect the
Ground, good evening, American 921 Heavy, spot 7, taxi Romeo.
American 921 Heavy, Miami ground, runway 8 right, taxi via Mike.
8 right via Mike, American 921 Heavy.
ground power is available. Alright, we've now switched over to ground power. Engine's coming off. Come back up here. Fuel pumps will come off for the main tanks. Position light will go to steady. Anti-collision light is off. Logo lights off. That's all off. Taxi lights, runway turn-off lights are all off. Fuel pumps confirmed off. Isolation valve goes to open. Flight directors will come off. And we will get the jetway. There she comes. And we can get off the plane and finalize the delivery. So here we are at Miami. Thank you all very much for coming along. Hope to see you on the live streams when we start streaming the Cetan flights, flying out of the US and giving us some US destinations and things to see down there, and some more daytime flights. As winter is coming, it's getting darker earlier, and it is nice to see where you're going in the day. So thanks again for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.